Okay. Hi, Collective. This is Tan for Artemis Oracle. I hope you're all doing well. I'm returning for another session of yes and no questions. Just so you know, my throat is not at the greatest condition. I have to be very careful with how I speak. Try to keep it as succinct as possible. So if you have a yes or no question, I'm going to use my special tarot deck that has the answers already on them. So there won't be any flips, reversals, uprights. Just the answer that's already on the card. So if it's a yes, it will say yes. If it's a no, it will say no. I will not clarify. Well, depending on if I feel like it needs to be clarified and see how I'm feeling as I'm going through the reading, then I may clarify your question. So once again, it's just yes or no questions. Anything that requires an in-depth reading or more clarification, not today. So hi Suvra, how are you? So let's see if you have a question. Yes or no questions only. Okay, let's see. Here. Let's see. Hi Pri, how are you? Hi Pooji. So I'm okay. I'm doing okay. Just gotta be careful not to talk too much. Not sure where people are saying like one when I was the first like. Okay. Okay, so I'm only answering yes or no questions. So you have to ask a very specific question. I'm not doing current energy or like general reading, or it has to be a yes or no question because I'm using the yes or no deck that I have. So if it's not a yes or no question, then I'm not going to answer. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put music on. It lets me listen to music. I just use a curling iron. I just use a curling iron. Okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna answer Silver's question and then Fuji's. Ay. All right. Oh, okay, let me answer Silver's question. Okay. Will Silver and Lippy have a long-term relationship? Will Silver and Lippy have a long-term relationship? A card fell out. Silver, I'd say no. I don't know what that's about. You will know what that means for you with the Tower card, because Towers could be a good thing or a bad thing. But it's saying no, Silver. I'm sorry. So we'll speak on this for we'll speak on the contact. Contact Pooja. We'll speak on the contact. We'll speak on the it's saying yes. Pooja. It's saying yes. You just have to give it some time with the Wheel of Fortune. So something, you just have to give it some time, but eventually they'll contact you. I have to say this because a lot of people do this. Don't be obsessing over the same person. Don't be obsessing over people. It doesn't do you any good, you know? Hi, Jazzy. How are you? Pregnant contact with some months. Will male Aries pregnant contact with Jazzy in some months? You're welcome, Pooja. Will male Aries pregnant contact with Jazzy in like 2 months? Okay, it's funny because 3 cards flipped over. The Tower is saying no. You got this card, no. And then you have the 6 of Cups. So you have the 9 of Cups saying no. And then you have the 6 of Cups saying maybe, unknown. Like the strongest answer that I'm seeing is no, but I don't know if this person reminisces about the past, if that will change their mind in any way. But it's looking like no. Yes, I am back, Alpha. So it's may not be within the next 2 months, but you know, maybe certain things have to change. You have to give it time, and person needs more time. I don't really know what went on in your situation. Tower card, usually when it comes to relationships, is the greatest, you know, unless there's some shocking realization that the changes need to be made. But the way it is like anything can change. You know, it could be no now. Tomorrow the person may be feeling something totally different, and that could change the answer. Because people are finicky. Okay, Pre, will Sartak ask Pre out? It's saying yes, Pre. You have the 8 of Wands. I think there's going to be a lot of communication between you and him. Well, the 8 of Wands indicating communication, so you have to communicate about that. I'm saying yes. It's annoying when guys are like, oh, let's go out, and they don't plan. Like, if you're not planning anything, shut up. Don't be getting my hopes up for no reason. Okay. Well, the first thing before he can ask you out is you need to communicate. So, communication is very much important. Saying yes, it's like eventually. Okay. Does anybody else have a yes or no question? Okay, I don't see anything yet. I'll give you some time. I'm gonna go into this timing oracle deck. You know, every time, please, I feel like taking December, November, and October out, and April. Let's see. Look, and I've said I feel like taking November, December, October out. Because it's like those months keep coming out. It's like we have other months in the year. Is it though, Alpha? I just, for me, like when it talks about communication, if it's something that really bothers you, you could just bring it up, you know? Just say this, you know, you asked me out and you haven't really planned anything. Like, did you really mean it? But you're saying you're not communicating, so I would say, like, if the person's not taking any initiative, then just let them not take initiative. Don't do it. Let them come to you. Let them come to you. Because imagine somebody else who is willing to do it comes around, you know? It's going to be that person's loss. I'm only taking yes or no questions. Leah. Okay, we finally got another month. We got June. Thank you, Lord. Jesus Christ. Oh, my Lord. Oh, look what we got on the bottom of the deck. Waste of your time. Is June going to be a waste of our time? I hope not. But yes, Alpha, give advice because everybody's different. Okay, let's see. What else? What other months? Okay. By the end of the week, we have finally. By the end of the week, June, by the end of the week. Next spring, okay, we're currently in spring. And then we have by the end of the month at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm gonna go into a different deck for that reading because I want to do kind of like a layered reading. Oh my gosh, it's hot in New York. Let me see. It's how many degrees is it? 82 degrees. 82 degrees here in New York. Wait, what does, let me see. Okay, should Leah reach out? The High Priestess is saying maybe unknown, right? I feel like you have to trust your intuition with this one because if you feel like you have to reach out, if you feel like it's you, I don't know, like certain circumstances, I feel like I'm the one that has to reach out. So if you feel like you need to reach out, then follow your own intuition, you know? But if you feel like if it's gonna bring, like say, because I see the Justice card in the bottom of the deck, and for me, it's like saying, if I do something wrong, I'm not saying this is you, Leah, or this is where my mind is going, I feel like I have to make things fair, I have to bring justice. If I have to apologize, then I reach out. So it's depending on your situation. You know, but I feel like you should do what you feel is best for you. If you feel like reaching out and if that will bring you some sort of justice, some sort of closure, some sort of understanding, clarity, or fairness, or balance out the situation, then you should do that, you know. But I feel like ultimately it's up to you with the High Priestess coming out. Leah, I hope, you know, because regardless of the card saying yes, if the card says yes, but you're like, I don't want to reach out, then ultimately it's still your decision, you know? So if you feel like you have to, then do it. If you don't want to, or you don't feel like you have to, then don't. Just do what you feel is right for you, you know? Do what you feel is fair to you, you know? I hope that helps. Alpha, are you kidding me? Are you how do you not know what could, I don't believe that. Okay. I feel like Alpha's playing dumb. And you're a music person, Alpha. Yes. Sometimes, you know, like, I'm like one, Leah, that I could set my pride aside, you know, because I know if at least I tried, you know, that's how I look at it. Even if it doesn't go in my favor, at least I could say I tried, and then I could move on and create my own closure. If it doesn't go my way, or not, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Leah? Like, it doesn't go the way I anticipate, which is my way, you know? Because if you think about it, if you were to reach out, you have to weigh out the pros and cons of how it may turn out, right? There's two ways it could turn out. The person ignores you or they respond. But then if they respond, you don't know how they're going to respond. So it's like different. It's like that little test, like, oh, if you have blue hair, are you like, you have hair? Okay, do you have blue hair or red hair? Then you choose a path. So it's like you don't know which path is going to be. Either they respond to you or they ignore you. If they ignore you, then you're like, okay, fine, at least I tried, you know. And if they respond, then it's like, did they respond kindly or they respond aggressively? And then you'll know. But at least you're doing that for yourself. So you have to do what's right for yourself ultimately. Okay, Shreya. Well, Shreya will Mahab contact Shreya within a month. It's saying yes. That card flew right out. It's saying yes, Shreya. That Mahab will contact you within a month. Hi, Mohini. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you're doing well too. Okay. It's saying no, and I don't know the reason why. I don't know if this person has restrictions, if you have restrictions, but it's saying no. It won't be within the next month. Right now we're on April 14. It's funny, the car. I don't really like giving time frames. It could be within, I feel like I want to say within the next 8 weeks. It could be within the next 8 weeks that they'll reach out to you. Hi, Vicky. I hope that helps, Mohini. You're welcome, Mohini. Okay. Hi, Vicky. Okay. I'm smiling because in the bottom of the deck was the Three of Cups. And usually that's like third party. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me answer Vicky's question. Yeah, and I don't like doing third party. At least you didn't ask about somebody else. Okay. What has name and vacas? Hi, Vicky. You got the Justice card. It's saying yes. Let's see. So you and Vacas will be reconciling. It's saying. I don't know if you and them are I don't know if you and him you and them are married. But it's saying yes with the Justice card. Okay, let me see who else. God bless you too, Winnie. Have a good day. Yeah, I don't really like I don't do third party, but you gotta be slick with it, you know. Oh, I know, Alpha. But you know what? I can't judge. And I'm not saying this because I'm in a third party situation. Because you know what? Who am I to judge anybody's life, you know? It's not my life, you know? I don't want people to get hurt, but that doesn't have anything to do with me. You know what I mean? So, but, yeah. I'm not joining. I won't judge, but I'm not joining. Hi, Ria. And Ria. Oh, Lord. And Ria build a stable relationship in the future. Michelle and Ria build a stable relationship in the future. Will Michelle and Ria build a stable relationship in the future? This card wants to come out. You have a yes, Ria. With the Ace of Pentacles, that's a good yes. You know, because that's showing potential for growth. So you have a yes, Ria. Yeah, but you know, if people want to be involved in that, that's their life. That don't got nothing to do with me. That's their business. I don't condone it, but yeah. Okay. All right, I want to see what is up with June. I was gonna use my mic, but apparently they're dead. Both of them are in the red. Okay, tell me about June. That's 2 cards for June. Set your life on fire and seek those who fan your flames. Kindred spirits, passion, follow your heart. So that has to do with June. Try to knock the energy out of them, you know. Maybe you search the branches for what's only in the roots. Go deeper, look elsewhere, you need more. I feel like in June it's saying to avoid dealing with people that don't necessarily inspire you in any way. You know, you want to be around people who are just as passionate about life than others, like who have the same, who inspire you, who ignite you with passion, creativity, but in order to do that, it's like you can't have these superficial connections. It has to be something where you and other people can deeply connect with each other, and that's where the bond forms, because you have shared experiences that you don't necessarily share with other people because they're very unique and not everybody will be able to understand it and not judge it. So if I feel like in June, it's like saying in the summertime, because that's the end of summer, end of spring, early summer, just go towards what connect with the people who inspire you to go deeper, and you inspire those to go deeper. Like, don't be superficial. I know it's easy to have a lot of friends, but how many of them are very close friends where they know your deepest, darkest secrets, But also, it's not always that too. June could be a time for you to reconnect with your roots. And I'm talking about ancestral roots, cultural roots. Oh no, I see the jalapeno was like spicy, Spicy. Spicy. Okay, and what you seek is seeking you. What you seek is seeking you. So there are people out there who share the same vision as you, and they're looking for people just like you. Hopefully it's not a cult. Hi, Hot Girl Vic. I think it's about I don't know, I'm getting like deep, passionate connection. A deep, passionate connection. Okay. Deep, passionate connection. I'm going to go into tarot to clarify June. 6 of Pentacles came out, just flew out. Temperance. Okay. Okay, so right now we're clarifying June. It says Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is about generosity, giving, sharing. But in the love realm, it could be like breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbing. It could also be oh my gosh. Yuck. That thought passed my mind. Yuck, 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 yuck. Ugh. Okay. Okay. So breadcrumbing, it could be also someone finally giving you, like, being fair to you, leveling the playing field. Maybe you were generous, overly generous, and now someone's wanting to get back to you, or restore balance in the situation, which is interesting because you see the Six of Pentacles and has the tattoo of the Libra scales on the hand, right? But then you have the Temperance card, which is about balance, healing, reconciliation, moderation, alchemy, transforming something, creating something out of what you have. Kind of like the Magician, but this has to do more with internal, because the Magician, he manifests things externally, where the Temperance card is working internally, trying to transform something, right? So with the Nine of Wands here, let me see. So with the Nine of Wands here is indicating that somebody has faced a lot of battles. They have their guard up. They're willing to go for one more go. They're ready, but there is a sense of defiance there. Like someone's ready to go into battle. Someone's ready to go into battle, and because they feel more balanced, they feel more at peace with themselves, they feel more whole within themselves. When I split the deck, I saw the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is you give it one more shot, you do it, you get to the end, and then you see what the results are. Is this something that you continue? Is it time for you to move on? You've already fought the battle. Now it's time for you to start a new journey. Think about where you're heading next. What will your new Ace of Wands be? Where will your new beginning will be when it comes to some sort of situation that requires action on your part, And maybe someone's feeling more at ease with themselves, trusting their intuition, trusting that with whatever situation they may be facing in June, that they're going to be okay. In the end, ultimately, it's going to be okay. But I'm trying to find out if this is like love or not, because I want to know what is this battle. Okay, let me actually tell you about the Six of Pentacles. Yes, it is, Ria. It's for everyone, whoever it resonates with, because not everybody's going to resonate with this message. Six of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So Earth sign energy. Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo energy. The nurturer. Okay. All right. So the Queen of Pentacles came out, and now I'm thinking, this is the Queen of Pentacles is the person that was being giving, who has been very generous, loving, which is the nature of the nurturer, which is the Queen of Pentacles. She puts in time and energy, which is Pentacles to me, time, energy, love, time, and energy towards something that she feels is worthy. Like she She decides what has value, you know, and if she feels like you have value, then she will give to you, you know. Okay. Why was the Queen of Pentacles here, though? I talk about the new beginning. There's some sort of new beginning coming, you know? Some sort of inspired action. If it's, this is, I don't know if this is, I don't think this is love. Because I'm not getting cups. This is more about like passion, actions, money, intuition. I don't know if some of you like are wanting to collaborate with other people who share the same vision as you, you know? I don't know if some of you are wanting to build something from scratch, start something new. But it's like you, in order for you to, it's like the Nine of Wands has to do with experience. You have a lot of experience with whatever this is. And it's taught you how to words escape me. It's taught you how to work between different energies that you hold within you. You know, there's the grounded nature, right, of the land, that's ground, earthy, and then water, emotions. So I feel like some of you may be at this better place or this good place where you feel more balanced, that you have a lot of experience and knowledge, that you've put in a lot of time and possibly been invested in. So people may have invested in you, or you've invested in yourself to educate yourself, to heal yourself, to, you know, face your battles like better and be ready for even more battles that may come along. But it's more like you fighting for something that's for you, you know, something that goes deeper. And it makes sense with Pentacle energy. Because whenever I think about the earthy energy, I always think about trees. And we do have a lot of trees here. You see? And then we have the tree card here. I feel like this has to do with family. It could be family, but it could be about ancestry. I don't know if some of you are like reconciling the past with your family. Look at that. I don't know if, like, we have the King and Queen of Pentacles. They're like a couple. You know, they're like husband and wife, if you think about it, when it comes to the suits. Remember in the beginning I said passionate, deep, what did I say? Deep, passionate love? Something deep passion? Like, I can't even remember what I said. I feel like some of you may be meeting your match. Like your other half. Next month. I mean, not next month. June. How come I'm thinking about May is next month? May is next month, yeah. But June. I feel like some of you are going to be meeting somebody. And if it's not like a marriage thing, it could just be someone who, if you have a business idea, because these are business people too. So if you have a business idea or something to do with business, you're going to be meeting someone who's your match. And that's going to invest in you. Because whatever this business idea is, whatever it is, it's going to be something that you're deeply passionate about. And this person shares that vision with you too. Yeah. They share that vision with you. It's funny, the Page of Pentacles. I don't think it's love so much. I don't think it's love. I think it's something. Maybe you love money. It could be that, but it's something that's going to be starting from scratch. But it's definitely a passion, something that you're deeply passionate about. Because we do have a lot of fire. We have a lot of fire and earth here, And we have this card. It's just made me think about passion. Passion. Set your life on fire and seek those who fan your flames. The people who fan your flames are the ones that keep your fire burning, So whatever it is that you're seeing for yourself when it comes to money, finances, it could be a business you want to create, you want to birth, that you might be meeting somebody who is going to be in support of that. They're going to be providing you the capital to do what you need to do to make something come back to life. And I think that if this is something that you've been trying to present, like trying to pitch, you're finally going to meet somebody who's going to see your vision and who shares it and who will invest in you. This is going to be in June. I'm not getting love at all. Yeah, I'm getting earth and fire. So earth is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, and fire, we have Sagittarius here. And Sagittarius shows up with the Temperance card, but then you also have the Nine of Wands, which will fall under Temperance energy. The Sagittarius energy, as well as the Ten of Wands that we saw earlier. So I feel like eventually some of you are going to be meeting someone or people, it could be investors, that are going to be wanting to invest in whatever idea you have, whatever you're pitching in June. I feel like I think you've learned. But what I was going to say is you probably had a lot of, the Five of Wands came out. Maybe there was a lot of competition in whatever field you're in, whatever your passion project is. But I feel like you've had a lot of experiences where you've tried to pitch this and maybe there was competition. Maybe you had to compete with other people, but somehow you've never. But I feel like some of you, your time is coming. Your time is coming. The Tower card was sticking out. Look at that. Yeah, the Tower card. It's going to be shocking. But I feel like if some of you have been working on something so long and you feel like giving up, this message is for you to continue going. Don't let your fire, don't let that spark, don't let it extinguish. Keep going. Think of that meme where they show a guy mining. He's in a diamond mine and he keeps mining and mining and mining and mining. And he's about to give up, but he's right there at the edge. So if you feel like giving up, you might be very close to achieving whatever goal you're trying to achieve. Don't give up. It's all about timing, which was what we were talking about in the reading earlier today, about things needed to be in alignment. So don't get in your way. If you need to rest. Take time. Yeah, all right, Alpha, thank you for joining today. I hope you have a great rest of your day too. So I would say, continue, don't give up. Keep going towards whatever it is. Because it's like some of you are going to get your big break. Whatever it is. But it has to do with money, finances, something that you're very passionate about. I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking about activists that may want to save trees. That's a side message that just popped up in my mind. Okay, so now I'm going to go into by the end of the week. By the end of the week. Okay, I'm going to answer some questions before I continue. Only yes or no questions. If it's not a yes or no question, I'm not answering it. Okay. Hi, Hera. How are you? Okay. Let's see. Let me see. I saw some questions. So I'm only wait. Oh my god. Oh, Alpha, I just saw your message. Okay. Okay, let me answer I'm gonna say Sax. I'm gonna answer Sax question. So Sax asked, is Natine loyal to her? Is Natine loyal to Sax? Is Natine loyal to Sax? Is Natine loyal to Sax? It's saying yes. You have the Ace of Swords. Yes, they are loyal to you. But I don't know if you have any fears about their friends, like who they're hanging out with, if they're hanging out with other people. But I feel like they are telling you the truth because you have the Chariot too at the bottom that says yes. So saying they are loyal to you. So I don't know if you're worried if they're like saying they're going to hang out with friends, but they're not hanging out with friends. But it's like saying, yeah, they are hanging out with friends. You know, I don't know if that's your concern. But it's saying that it's yes, they are loyal to you. Sax. Natine is loyal to you. That's what the cards are saying. I hope that helps. Is new love. Hi, Vander. Okay. Hi, Yaya. Is new love coming towards Yaya? It's saying yes. Yaya. It's saying yes, Yaya. You have a yes with the Justice card coming out. That card has been coming out a lot. It might even be the person that you might marry, Yaya, with the Justice card coming out. Okay. Mahira. Because I'm in New York City. Okay. Mahira and Zayn be together and close again. 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 You have a yes, Hera. I got the blocking card, so I don't know if somebody's blocked again. Someone's not communicating. Someone's quiet. You got a yes. Okay, Priya. Okay, does Jill love Priya? Does Jill love Priya? Does Jill love Priya? Does Jill love Priya? Yep, yes. You have 2 yeses. Yes, yes. Jill loves Priya. Okay. Okay. So answer the questions. Now we're going to go back to the reading, the general reading. So what's coming? What does the collective need to know about the end of the week? By the end of the week, okay. Love is the bridge between you and everything. Connection, oneness, finding your way forward. Okay. I don't think that has to be right. So, what is the love is the bridge between you and everything? Justice. The justice card keeps coming out. As a lot of people who have been receiving that card, the justice card, is about fairness, balance, truth, balance, honesty, clarity. Okay, why is the justice judges? Why is the justice here? 2 of Swords. Okay, the 2 of Swords came out with justice. Since it's a cardinal sign, so the Libra energy. I don't know if some of you are Libras or have Libra in your chart. Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the planet of love, friendship, connections, relationships. Okay, and then 3 of Wands. I don't know if there's going to be something happening where it says by the end of the week. There's going to be something, because the 2 of Swords is being in 2 mind frames, trying to make a decision, but also you have to be honest and clear. You have to look at the pros, you have to look at the cons, you have to look at the truths, you have to look at the lies, you have to look at the facts, and you have to look at the fiction, you know? With the justice card here, it's like, only the truth is allowed. Only the truth is allowed, and that's the only way things can move forward. Because the 3 of Wands is about the future. It's thinking about future plans. Somebody's going to take some sort of action by the end of the week that's going to allow there to be movement. I don't know what the action is. It could be somebody who has Aries in their chart. Aries and Libra are the opposite signs of each other. We're currently in Aries season, and we're going to have the Aries new moon on the 17th. Right, the 16th and 17th, depending on where you are. And like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on planetary-wise. I had to look it up, where there's a stellium, so there's a lot of planets in Aries right now. So that's going to bring some sort of change within you. But when there's changes going on with you, that in turn makes changes with the relationships you have with other people, you know? This is going to be a time of healing, and this is by the end of the week, right? We're on the 14th, 56. Yeah, that's like Thursday, Friday, right? Let me check the calendar to be sure. But there's going to be some sort of justice, balance being brought into a situation, but it could be internal too, you know? Yeah, the 17th is on a Friday, which is the end of the week. So there's, I don't know, what is this 3 of Wands? Love is the bridge between you and everything. Connection, one is finding your way forward. You know, but what action is being taken with the 3 of Wands? What action is being taken with the 3 of Wands? Okay, so somebody may, let me get another one. Because I got the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups indicates like social gatherings. I don't know if some of you are going out, meeting with friends. If someone's going to invite you out. It could be your friends inviting you out. It could be someone specific that you're wanting to hear from, that you're not in communication with. That may be inviting you out by the end of the week. But it definitely has to do with communication. So by the end of the week, some of you are going to be in communication with somebody. Some of you may be invited out. So that may be this, yeah, somebody's going to be inviting you out. Inviting you out in any capacity that you think of being invited out means to you. You know, it could be out for a date. It could just be out to talk. It could be out to have a drink, socialize. It could be your friends inviting you out to a lounge, a bar, a club, to a park, whatever, you know. But there's going to be some sort of conversation that's going to be happening. And it's going to involve honesty, cutting out any confusion and clarity. And it could be involving somebody from your past. And it doesn't necessarily have to be someone from your childhood. It could just be someone that you've known for a significant amount of time, where you and them have created some sort of memories together. Or it could be someone that you feel is a soulmate to you. I'm definitely getting like Libra energy with the Queen of Swords. So by the end of the week, there's going to be some sort of balance being restored. But let's see. I want to know what this communication is about. What is this communication in regards to for the end of the week? About something disappointing that happened in the past, because we did see the Six of Cups at the bottom. So some of you may be having a conversation about something that was very disappointing in the past. But in order for you to move forward, there has to be honest communication. There has to be truths being laid out. In order for there to be clarity, in order for there to be understanding, and in order for there to be a new beginning. Because you can't move on from the past without there being some sort of resolution. You know, and you can't move forward and try to build something until something has been resolved, you know? So that's something to look forward to for some of you who haven't really been in contact with someone, where there was a situation where there was a lot of disappointment, and that you need to have a conversation, definitely. So what I see here, the signs I see are Libra. If I look, I want to look only at the major arcana, but if I look at the cups cards, it could be someone who is has Cancer in their chart, or it could be someone who has Scorpio in their chart, or it could be a water sign energy. So water sign or Libra energy, but it doesn't have to be those signs. Okay, so that's that for that reading. Then I'm going to go into clarify what's next spring. Should I take these cards out? I don't know if I should put them back in the deck. But let's see. Tell me about next spring. When you start to walk, the way will appear. Taking steps, beginning again, creating the life you truly want. But that's far in the future, right? Okay. That card fell out. Live life as if everything is rigged in your favor. Have confidence, keep the faith, you are supported. So I don't know if some of you have a long-term goal in mind for yourself, but it's going to require you to be consistent and take the necessary steps you need. But it's also going to require you to also have faith and be confident. Because, you know, some things don't happen overnight. Certain things do need time to grow, you know? I think I'm going to put these cards back. Okay. I think you need to stop being a little obsessive about someone coming to you. I think you need to take time for yourself. You know, Hera? Because, you know, whatever you're looking for, you're not going to be finding it in other people. You have to find it within yourself. You know? Yeah, if you're putting, all right, for what you said, you trust everyone. You trust everyone. I don't know if you meant to write something else. Okay. So live life as if everything is rigged in your favor. So this is about being optimistic about what can come. You know, you could be starting something now, but then you may be starting to see like real results next spring. But it's a matter of being consistent in whatever path you want to see. Like when you start to walk, the way appears. You know? It's like, I know in the book The Secret, they talk about how when you're driving, you can only see so far ahead of yourself, that you have to trust that there's still more of the road ahead of you, even though you can't see everything, but you trust that the road is but you keep driving and stuff. So I feel like that's what it's saying, that, you know, though you may not see the way right now, you have to keep going, and the way will eventually appear. The way will eventually reveal itself. Some of you may be feeling this intuitive nudge to do something, but you're not sure what the purpose is. But when you get started, you might start to realize it feels right, and then it might lead to something, and you start to have ideas and visions, and, you know, you trust the way. But if there is something specific that you have in mind, but that you're not sure how it's going to turn out, it's a matter of having faith that things will turn out well. You know, have confidence that whatever may come up, you will be able to overcome. You know, that you are supported, you are loved, and just continue to have faith. Continue to have faith. Faith is taking steps, beginning again, creating the life you truly want. And that's for next spring. Okay, let's see. So let's see by the end of the month. Okay, is there anyone new for Hera? Is there anyone new for Hera? So you have a yes, Hera. I don't know if this is what you want. I mean, because the Ace of Wands, I mean, it could be something that's fun, that you got a fun. But it's a yes. You got a yes, Hera. And the funny, the Ace of Pentacles fell, and it's a yes. So it could be, it depends on what you want. Do you want something for now, or do you want something long term? Something that you can grow from, you know? But if you're having this, I don't know, I feel like this is the best way to put it, and I don't and I don't know if this is you, Hera, but the thing that came up my mind was boy crazy, you know? So if you want something that's long term, and you want to attract something that you could grow and build from, then you need to invest in yourself before you can invest in someone else. Because all you will keep meeting are the people that just want their ego stroked. And the ego is the thing in their pants. You know? So you might need to continue doing some work, because you're going to have to continue doing some work. Okay, let's see. Ooh, Ace of Wands came out. So it's a new beginning. It could be something that you're starting now. A passion project. Ooh, King of Wands energy. Let's see. Some of you may be bossing up, taking leadership over your life, taking control of your life, doing and going after your own happiness, focusing on what makes you happy. That's Leo energy through and through. Got Temperance with that's Sagittarius fire sign energy as well. The Two of Wands. Yeah, this is about you continuing to have faith, believing that you have everything you need. You have the intellect, you have the passion, you have the drive, you have the emotions to nurture, to grow, to heal, to create whatever it is that you want for yourself. Ooh, the Empress. The Empress came out. That's Libra and Taurus energy. Yeah, this is about leveling up your life. You know, so you could either be a masculine energy or feminine. This could be with the King and Queen of Wands. This is giving, like, you know, the law of attraction in a way. Like, you take the necessary actions to attract whatever it is that you want. So whatever you're going towards, whatever you're doing, continue to move in that path, you know. Make sure to take time to rest, to moderate yourself. Make sure you're not overdoing it. Because whatever this new thing is that it's going to have you leveling up, because you have the Queen and then you have the Empress here. The Queen of Wands and the Empress. But for some of you may have to heal from some sort of past disappointment, you know. You know, some past disappointment. What else? Yeah, something needs to end. You know, there has to be some sort of change or transformation in your life in order for this to happen. You know, it's tough to be working with people who, you know, collaborating with people who share your vision. It could also be you collaborating with Spirit, like the Father, the Trinity, the Holy Trinity. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I was raised Catholic, so let's see what else. What is it that needs to end? What needs to pass away? What is the Death card here? Why is the Death card here? Some of you may have been over generous, maybe over giving, maybe wasting your time. Oh, what? We did say earlier in this deck, there's the waste of your time card. That'd be so funny. It's there. The waste of your time. Some of you are wasting your time on things that have been not worth the effort or energy. You need to restore balance with yourself. And in order to do that, you have to make sure you're You're giving to yourself and not over giving to anyone else or anything else. Because you could be overextending yourself too. Anything else? Yeah. Yeah, it's time for you to start investing in yourself, investing in your future, investing in whatever success you want for yourself. Because if you continue to invest in things or people that aren't necessarily giving back to you, there is no return on investment, then you're essentially wasting your energy, wasting your time. You're also wasting your life. So it's time to move forward, think about whatever it is you want, and build and create it, because that's what the king and queen do. The king, he builds, he takes actions, he takes necessary actions to build stability, which is part of the Four of Wands, but it's also a matter of attracting it too. And the Empress, she attracts, you know. This could be with anything. Take it as it resonates. It could be with anything that you want for within the next year. You know, you have to release certain burdens, and whatever those burdens are, that could be your devil, that could be your insecurities, that could be your lack of insecurities, self-esteem issues, fears, limitations, ego thoughts, you know, things that hold you back, things that keep you stuck, things that you have to release because they serve no purpose. And wherever you're going, wherever you're headed, this is something that you can't take with you. You know, if there was a fire, what would you take with you? You wouldn't take your stress and your anxiety with you. You would leave that shit in the fire and let it burn, right? You'll take everything that you value with you. Are you going to take your stress, your worries, your anxieties, your fears, your insecurities with you to this new beginning? Because if you are, you're just going to be going through a perpetual cycle of repeating the same thing over and over again. So there's something that you have to release, something that you need to let go of, and something that you no longer need to invest in. You know, it could be investing your mental energy. It's time for you to defend yourself, protect yourself. Put up some sort of boundary, especially as you're going forward and trying to create something new for yourself, you know? But ultimately, it's a matter of you continuing to have faith that whatever path you're going towards, you just keep going. You just keep moving forward. Don't get stuck in the past. And know that as long as you're doing what is right for you and you believe that everything is going to turn out in your favor, then everything will. You know, it's just a matter of being confident in yourself, but also having faith in yourself and having faith in spirit. Having faith that you have everything within you to go towards whatever it is that you want by next spring. So this is like from now to next year. Like everybody wants different things. Some people want a business. Some people want a home. Some people want a relationship. Some people want abundance, you know, wealth, you know, it could be anything, but that's for next spring. So for the end of the month, what does the collective need to know about the end of the month? The end of the month, let the waters settle and the stars will be mirrored in you. Take a break. Time away brings clarity. Okay. Time a break. And then let's see. By the end of the month, I don't feel like I have to clarify that. I feel like that's basically it for the reading. Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at this. I stopped and look, we got 2 sailboats. So I feel like this is something from now until the end of the month. By the end of the month, it's time for you to start making some sort of transition, leaving something behind, going towards peace for yourself. You know, it's time for you to be, I don't know, I'm getting hermit vibes. Like Virgo energy here. Let the water settle and the stars will be mirroring you. Take a break, time away brings clarity. So by the end of the month, I think that you should be considering in what ways you can find a way to take a break from something, detach from something, move to clearer waters. Literally, you might have to go, like leave some sort of conflict behind, you know? Definitely take some sort of trip. Even if it's just you going somewhere just by yourself for a little bit, you know? But that's something that you need to consider doing for yourself. Just to gain some sort of clarity. To really take time to reflect on what really matters to you, what you value. Even how you value yourself. How are you being true to yourself? Are you living your life to its full potential, or you are looking for things external outside of you to fulfill you in some way? It's funny, I split the deck and they got the Five of Swords and the Six of Swords. So yeah, there's some sort of internal conflict, you know? Sometimes you could give so much to try to get the result you want, but ultimately you end up losing in the end, you know? So it's time to move away from that type of energy of being compromising, not really speaking up for yourself, or taking unnecessary risks just so that you could get the outcome that you want, because ultimately you're just creating more disharmony and imbalance in your own life. So I feel like that's what the cards are saying, that it's time for you to start thinking about the future, leave the past in the past, take some time to yourself. And that's the card that came out earlier, time for a nap. In the reading I did this afternoon, earlier today. Okay, so I'm going to go into my Swear Tarot to see what advice they give. Swear Tarot. Eight of Wands, go ahead. Go have a bowel movement. The problem will resolve itself. You know, so this is about you letting, like it says, Eight of Wands. It's about moving forward. Moving forward and seeing how things turn out without you no longer giving to a situation. You know, the problem will solve itself, you know. Anything else? Ten of Swords, admit it, you got your ass kicked. Yeah, so some of you probably put in a lot of time and energy, mental energy into something, but now it's time to release it. It's time to move forward, you know? This is the Ten of Swords. It's time to face that something has already reached its peak, you know? And it's time to start over again. And then we have 18, the Moon. Something smells like shit. Pay attention to your intuition. So if something doesn't sit well with you, if something doesn't sit right, pay attention. You know, something is wrong. If you feel like something's wrong, it's because something is wrong. Like they said, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, then it's a duck. You know, like I said, if something smells like shit, pay attention to your intuition. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, so that's that for that reading. Okay, let me see. Yeah, we all do. Everybody has to level up, especially if you've been settling for less than what you deserve, you know? But the only time that you really stop settling for what you don't deserve is when you start seeing what you do deserve. You know, you see that you deserve more because you see your own value and you won't expect or accept anything less from anyone. I would say accept anything less. Expectations, they breed resentment, they breed disappointment. So accept. You know, when you love and value yourself, you won't accept anything that doesn't align with you. So the end of the month is April 30th, and then after April 30th is the full moon in Scorpio. So usually the moon can be within April 30th and May 1st. So April 30th is the end of the month. And we did see the death card come out. So that's about releasing. And the full moons are about releasing. You know, the full moons reveal to you what has been hidden or that you haven't been really wanting to see, because sometimes we could be in denial about certain things. But sometimes the moon really brings stuff to light, and then we have to decide whether or not we're going to continue. Are we going to transform a situation, or are we just going to leave it as is? You know, with the death card, you know, with the Scorpio energy of the full moon on May 1st. You know what's so funny? Because look, a card fell. And I was just talking about May. May 1st is when we're having the full moon. You know? So there's definitely going to be a time for you to reflect on what you need to release what no longer serves you. And then it's like you see from this moon phase until the next one, like what changes you will see in your life. You know, I don't know if anybody keeps a diary and tracks like their emotions or things that they've gone through, and they go back and say, oh, you know, let me go see if I wrote anything for today, but last year. And then you see, you're like, oh, you see where you are now in comparison to where you are then. And then you're like, wow, I've changed so much. Or you're like, damn, I'm still the same person, you know? So if some of you do journal, I would suggest you look back from a year from today, and a year from today being the year that from the day that you're watching this reading, you know, because I'm doing this live stream on the 14th of April. So see when you're at the time you're watching this reading, if you write a journal, see what you wrote on the journal last year, around this time last year. And see, do you see any difference or change in yourself, or are you still the same person, you know? Okay, so does anybody have a yes or no question they'd like me to answer? So if you're new here, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. And if you have a question, a yes or no question, I can answer it for you. I'll be using a specific tarot deck that has the yes or no answer on it. And if I feel inclined, then I'll be able to clarify why it came out as a yes or no, if necessary, if it's needed. If not, I'm gonna end this live stream. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so I don't have any takers. All right. All right. Thank everyone so much for joining today, liking and subscribing. I hope to see you next time. So have a good evening or a good day wherever you are, and sending you lots of love and light. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye, everyone.